There are so many items and trinkets in TBOI Repentance that it becomes difficult to keep track of all their effects at the same time. So today we are going to be looking at the 6 items and trinkets I collected some useful knowledge about. Let's go in order from well-known to forgotten, starting with Blood Puppy. Blood Puppy might seem like a normal familiar that just gets angry sometimes, entering its second phase after killing 15 monsters. It's well known that you should avoid feeding him to avoid dealing with him later, but what if you actually do? After killing 25 more enemies in his second form, he becomes enraged. In his third and final form, he deals full heart damage, destroys obstacles, has 50 health and becomes a significant menace. However, he can be somewhat helpful. In his second form, he drops a half red heart for every 10 monsters killed, and in his third form, this becomes a full red heart. Also, fun fact, using Eraser on Blood Puppy while it's angry will permanently prevent it from getting to the erased phase, so using it on phase 2 will prevent it from becoming angry altogether. Just don't feed him too much, I guess. Number 2. M. M is a trinket that rerolls an active item into a different active item on use. What's fascinating is that you can find any active item with it, including Archie and Death Certificate, though single-use active items can't be rerolled anymore. Additionally, it can take away your transformations. For example, if you have Guppy's transformation with Guppy's tail, Dead Cat and Guppy's paw, rerolling Guppy's paw would remove your transformation because the game counts it as the loss of an item. Plus, any active item you reroll into doesn't count towards transformations, no matter what. Don't forget that if you want to use your active item several times before rerolling it, just drop M. Number 3. Metronome. If you've watched this far, please make sure to check out our Discord community, I promise you won't regret it. Now, Metronome grants a random items effect for the current room. Unlike M, it can't give you Archie, Clicker or Breath of Life, I don't know who needs it anyway, but however, it can activate Death Certificate or Genesis, though with a reduced chance. Metronome doesn't care if an item is unlocked or not, it will give it anyway. The stakes are high with it because there is a chance it will activate Magic Skin, Damocles, D8, Data Miner or Void. It's like an addiction. Interestingly, 90% of Isaac players quit before getting Death Certificate with Metronome. Also, here are 2 interesting bugs it has. If Urn of Souls is activated through Metronome, it won't shoot fire and Isaac could get stuck with the urn in his hands, unable to shoot tears. This can be fixed by exiting and continuing the run. And if Metronome gives Strawman, you get an unkillable familiar. Strawman will revive every time it dies, which can be used in long boss fights or for getting the maximum amount of spiders for later use. Number 4. Cracked Orb. When you take damage, Cracked Orb unlocks all locked doors in the room, opens the secret room and super secret room if adjacent, and reveals a random unmapped room on the floor. It also destroys all tinted rocks and rocks with crawl spaces in the room, which is one of its best features in my opinion. Regardless opening doors, it can open the Mega Satan door, Downpour Mines Mausoleum door, the entrance to Mom's Hard Fight in the Mausoleum or Gehenna, and a strange door that leads to the Beast. Unfortunately, it can't open Boss Rush and Hush passages, regular doors in the chest and dark room, or challenge rooms from the outside for some reason. Combining it with Dull Razor is an excellent synergy because you can check rooms more frequently for crawl spaces and open doors at your convenience. It shouldn't be quality 1, don't you think so? Number 5. Wait, what? This is how the item is called, don't be confused. Its description says, I can't believe it's not Butterbean, and there is a reason for that. Wait, what has a 10% chance of appearing instead of Butterbean, but both items cannot be found naturally in the same run. Wait, what is better than Butterbean in every way? Because when used, Isaac farts, knocking back enemies and their shots, and sends out rock waves that deal 10 damage per tick to nearby enemies and breaks obstacles. This is useful for finding secret rooms, super secret rooms, opening bedrooms, mines paths, and it can even open the passage under the carpet in bedrooms. It opens bomb chests and destroys shopkeepers too. For some reason, Carbattery has no effect on it. Still, both beans can be found in the Death Certificate area. Butterbean is in the room with items from Rebirth, while Wait What lies in the room with items from Afterbirth Plus. Now remember how many times you missed it thinking it was Butterbean instead. Number 6. Swallowed M80. Wait, how do you even unlock this? Swallowed M80 is unlocked by defeating Mother as Tainted Samson? Yeah, never did that. Isaac has a 50% chance to explode when he takes damage. The explosion uses most of Isaac's bomb synergies and doesn't deal additional damage to Isaac. It destroys Devil Beggars and Hellgame, but doesn't affect blood donation machines and confessionals. This was originally a bug, but was kept as a feature. M80 makes them act as if they were destroyed by the explosion, resulting in extra coin and heart drops. Combining it with Mom's Box or its golden version gives you 100% chance to trigger the effect. Add Pyromaniac on top of all that and you're almost invulnerable. However, there is a funny downside. On Tainted Maggie, explosions kill enemies before her hug attack, preventing guaranteed heart drops from killing enemies on contact. And that's all for now. Share more obscure item effects in the comments or our Discord community linked in the description. Thanks for watching and see you all soon. Gehenna. Jihen.